what's good, Fear 413 here back in today, and today we're here for the February Car Pack Clue Thread, posted by Johnny Wanna. Link will be in the description to the Clue Thread if you guys want to go ahead and check it out and leave your thoughts and comments below. Occasionally, he does give out some free extra credits for those of you who do guess correctly. Now, I'm hoping that I guessed pretty much correctly. However, though, I did use the leaks, which if you guys haven't checked the leaks video, I will go ahead and leave that down in the comment section below as well, or not in the comment section, in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out, because earlier last month, they accidentally released a developer copy of the game, releasing a bunch of leaks into the game of all the new cars that are going to be coming out with car packs. So I did use that to sort of guide me in this. So all of the cars that are on this are in the leak. So let's go ahead and go through these and go through what I think they are. So the first clue up for car number 1 is, I only take no for an answer. Is that understood? Now, these were honestly throwing me off. Every single one of these clues. Only one of them was really kind of like in my face. I'm like, okay, I know what that car is. However, though, it has 2 options for it. So we'll go over both of those. But this one, though, as I found out later on, it's actually a quote from the Beatles film Yellow Submarine, where the Blue Meanies actually say that quote. Now, the thing is, though, is that one of the cars on the clue thread is actually known as the Blue Meanie. So, of course, it's got to be that. And that is going to be the Holden VK Commodore. Group A. Now, the only one... Now, what it said on the leak is it said it was just the VK Commodore. However, the Group A version is what is known as the Blue Meanie. So I think that's the one that we're going to get, because I believe that one's actually quicker or more race-oriented or whatnot. So that is what I believe is going to be on that one. Alright, but now let's go on to clue number 2. So clue number 2 is Volkswagen and Porsche have not cornered the market on frunks. Frunks, guys. I had no idea what a frunk was until after this clue. And basically what that means is that means front trunk. So basically any car that is rear-wheel drive or rear-engine or even mid-engine has a frunk. Like, I think the Ferrari 458 has a frunk. All the Beetles have frunks. That sort of deal. So I started looking through the list, and I'm like, what on earth? Which one of these has a frunk? And I finally came up to one, and I believe this is going to be the Renault Alpine GTA, just because it has a front trunk. And I believe there was actually an image of it available on the leak site, so I believe that that one is ready to go, pretty much, and it's more than likely going to be coming. So that's really where I get that one from. There's really not a whole lot to go off on that clue. So it could be almost any car that has a trunk that's in the front, that's rear-engined or mid-engined. Because there's very few cars. I do know there are some mid-engine cars that actually do have a rear trunk. I just can't name any off the top of my head. Alright, but let's go ahead and hop on to clue number 3. Clue number 3 is kind of an interesting one. This one really didn't give me anything to really go off of. I had to actually read through the forum to get some ideas for this. And this is, the clue is, we Americans tried something very different when we built the racetrack at COTA. Now, COTA stands for Circuit of the Americas, which the thing that really was confusing me is, back where I used to live in Ohio, the main bus system in the capital city, which is Columbus, Ohio, they have a busing system known as COTA, which is the Columbus, Ohio Transit Authority. So, yeah. So that was like throwing me off at first, because I'm like, are we getting a bus? Is that what we're getting? We're getting a bus? And I'm just like, no. No, it took me a little while to actually get it, because I had to read the forums to figure out that COTA is Circuit of the Americas. And what I think this car is going to be, I think it's going to be the 2016 Cadillac ATS-V, which is in the leak thread. Again, which will be linked down in the discussion thread, or discussion section. And as well, when they actually revealed it, I believe they actually revealed the car at COTA. So that sort of makes a lot more sense right there. It's a little confusing. It says we Americans, so I definitely thought it was going to be an American car. It also could have been like possibly a Dodge Charger, but I believe it had to be new because COTA's a relatively new track. I think they only built it in 2010. So yeah, and I think it was the only one in America that was built specifically for Formula 1. But no, there's no Formula 1 cars on the list. Otherwise, that's what I probably would have thought. I probably would have said Formula 1, something, whatever, if we didn't have the leak thread. So let's go ahead, though, and get on into clue number 4. Now, this one also was really tricky. I had to do a lot of math on a bunch of different cars in this leak thread. And this one is this. While $358 per horsepower may seem like a lot, you get much more than loads of torque. So what I did is I actually went through some of like the modern cars, I believe, because this car had to be very expensive. So it couldn't have been anything really classic unless they were going with modern prices. And what I came up to is, I believe it's going to be the Aston Martin DB11, which I'm really excited about because I absolutely love that car. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And the reason I think this is, I believe the going rate here in the US is going to be around $212,000 is going to be the base price. And then it has like 700 or 600 horsepower, I can't remember right off the top of my head. But I went through and I did the math on this car, I did it on the Cadillac, I did it on the Jaguar, and I sort of came up with like a pretty decent price. And I came up with $353 per horsepower, but it was the closest one on the list that I could find, because the next closest one was actually like the McLaren SLR, which was only like $250 per horsepower, or was it more? I think it was actually more, because I believe the MSRP was $1,000 or was $500,000. Yeah, it was definitely a lot more, because $358 per horsepower would have come out to $358,000 if it had 1,000 horsepower, and it definitely does not. So, all right, but then we have clue number 5, which this one threw me off a little bit too, because it made no sense to me until I started looking at it from someone trying to be a little cheeky, and that is this: very excellent real-life quotes to get you through your day. Enjoy the ride. It's all about the journey. Race or die, run for your life. So what I did is I actually started thinking about this. I started looking up those quotes and I couldn't think of anything. But then one car just sort of popped up to me on the list, and that was the Vauxhall Corsa VXR. Now the reason I think it's this is because, listen to the first 3 words. Very excellent, really, or real. Very excellent, real. VX, although I know it starts with an E, VXR, right there. That's why I think it's going to be the Vauxhall Corsa VXR. That's pretty much it. I think they did a bunch of like journey videos for Vauxhall a long time ago, so I have no idea. I don't have any idea what the quotes are for, but yeah. That's really the only reason I think it's any VXR vehicle. So yeah. And then we have clue number 7. Or no, clue number 6, not number 7. And that is, sometimes just sounding like you are fast is as good as actually going fast. And first off, no it's not. Second off, there's really only one car that was on the list, or there are 2 cars technically, but I don't think one of them actually sounds all that fast. And first, really what was coming to mind was the Dodge Dart. But the thing is though, is the 2013 Dodge Dart, I believe it's a fairly quiet car. So I scrapped that and I started looking through the forums. And the main one that kept coming up was the Honda S800. And that's because it has a 9,000 RPM rev limiter. 9,000! This thing just goes to 9,000 RPMs, which is just absolutely insane. It's only going to be a D-Class car though. So it had to be slow and it had to sound fast. Which, if you can get to 9,000, it's going to sound kind of fast. That's just it. Even though it's probably, I think the Honda S800 has a 4-banger. I'm not sure though. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And then we get to our final one, which was actually a link to a video. And the video was actually Sesame Street sponsoring the letter R. So there are only 2 options on the list that this could be. And I guarantee it's going to be one of these 2. And that's going to be the Pagani Zonda R or the Honda Civic Type R, the new one, the 2016 Honda Civic Type R. Because those are both been leaked as future cars, and that's why I think that's what it's going to be. Anyway though, those are my thoughts and opinions. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think are going to be coming up. And check out the description for links to both the forum where these were released, where the clues were released, and to the video, where you can also find links to the description in the description section of the linked video to the actual forum where it has all the leaked cars. Anyway, though, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye. Although, let's get this drift in. Get this drift zone. And we failed.